Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Restoration Talks. And in this video, we're going to be answering the top 10 questions, or maybe 11 questions, on mold. So we've been getting some questions from around the web, from our community, asking us a couple of questions about mold remediation. And we have our expert technician, Liam, here with us to answer some of your questions. Now, some of the questions are funny, Liam, so just be forewarned here. But I think some of these are very important. So one of our viewers asks, how many different types of molds are there in a home, or can there be in a home?
Oh, there can be probably upwards of hundreds, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
lots of different ones.
Mold is pretty common. It's just the bad mold is the ones that you want to be careful of, especially the ones that cause smell, right?
Absolutely.
So one of our viewers asks is like, hey, what are the main causes for mold to grow? I think we've had some of our viewers have mold in their home and they don't really know what's causing it.
Well, a lot of times it can be from an unaddressed water damage that wasn't properly mitigated, or it could be a humidity issue where you don't have the proper levels of humidity in your home and they're high and there's too much moisture, so you're creating condensation on your building materials.
Yeah, and mold can pretty much grow on anything, right? I mean, there isn't any limitation. I've even heard of cases of mold growing in the carpets.
Yes, absolutely.
Like spotting.
Carpets are a fuel source for it because they can catch any fibers, microns, anything.
Wow. So one of the questions here is, how does mold affect our health when it comes to, especially when you have an overgrowth? I think that's a very important topic. What's your thoughts on that?
Obviously, it affects everyone differently. If you're in the ages of, infant to a toddler, that's a compromised immune system. The same thing if you're talking about 65 to 90, what have you. And it affects everyone differently. If you're very hyperallergenic, it can affect your respiratory system. It can give you migraines, and some people it might not affect them at all.
Yeah, I think especially if you have other issues with asthma, for example, I think you'll be very, very sensitive to mold. And I think one of the telltale signs is, hey, if you're walking into your house and you're fine, and you walk into a room and you just start feeling kind of sneezing and you're getting all these symptoms, I think that's a pretty clear sign that you have some kind of a mold issue.
It absolutely attacks your respiratory system, and then also in your brain where you get migraines as well, because it's too much and your sinuses get affected.
Definitely. Now, some of our customers have asked us if we perform mold testing ourselves, and from what I understand, we don't do that.
No, we use a third-party voucher for our testing, just for a chain of integrity. That way we can go in there after they've done the test and wrote up the scope. We will do the remediation process, and they will come back in and clear the home.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to be the guys telling you have mold and then be the guys cleaning it up as well. I think that's a little bit of a trust issue there, but not that we're an untrusted company, but you never know. For the chains of integrity, I think that's very important for you guys to know. Now, one of the questions we get is, hey, is it okay if I cleaned the mold myself?
I mean, you need proper PPE to deal with mold, your personal protective equipment, respiratory, you need to be able to use the right tools for it. If you use a shop vac, you're just going to aerosolize everything. We have specialized vacuums that don't have any exhaust on them, and we also have HEPA air scrubbers that replace the air, and we use antimicrobials as well. But the biggest thing is your own health. You need to properly protect yourself while you're remediating it, and then making sure that you don't cross-contaminate in other areas of your home.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're dealing with microbial agents. You're talking about something at the microscopic level, right? You don't want to be taking a vac and blowing it everywhere and trying to suck it out, and I think would be causing more harm than done, and actually allowing the mold to actually spread. I think that's an important note there. So, but I want to thank you, Liam. I think these have been very, very important questions from the community. And if you guys have any questions about mold, restoration, water damage, anything to do with the internals of the home in any emergency case, please leave us a message below on our video by commenting or asking us a question. This has been another episode of Restoration Talks, and we hope to see you guys on the next one.